Hello, everyone. So today there's some weird stuff going on in the market. Market obviously fell, but the dollar also fell. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about what the next steps are for the market. We're going to take a look at the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, the Russell 2000, the dollar, the bonds, and the VIX. All right. So without further ado, let's get started with the video. All right. Let's first start off by looking at the dollar. Okay. So the dollar has an inverse relationship to the market. So if the dollar is falling, that would mean that the stock market should be doing well. Okay, so clearly we can see that the dollar had a very red day today. Unless there's something going on with the chart, which there isn't. Dollar fell. All right, it had a red day today. So clearly this is showing a lot of weakness. We see that according to the MACD indicator as well, the dollar is looking to break upwards, yet the price of the dollar is falling. So basically this is telling us that the dollar can continue falling lower here. We needed a bullish move out of the dollar to give us some sort of clarity that the stock market will fall. Because once again, very, very simple. When the dollar is rising, the stock market is falling. Okay, so right now, when the dollar is falling, the stock market should be rising, but they both fell together at the same time. So that's weird, obviously, right? So we need to see if the dollar can hold 102. Now, let's take a look at the VIX, okay? All right, so the VIX also had a bit of a red day. We see that the VIX has an inverse relationship to the market. If the VIX is falling, that means that the stock market is rising, okay? So clearly, once again, the VIX and the dollar were both falling, which is bullish for the stock market. But the stock market also fell. So basically, I was saying that the VIX had more room to the downside. According to the lower level of the Bollinger Band, we needed to hold 1350. Didn't. Clearly, it's breaking below 1350. Cool. So there's still more room to fall on the VIX. And according to the dollar, obviously, as long as it holds 121, 122, if it breaks that, there's more room to fall to the downside on the dollar as well. Both of these things are technically bullish stock. So now we're going to head in and we're going to take a look at what is going on in the stock market that we were falling stock market, even though these bullish things happen. Okay. So first and foremost, I want to look at the large tech stock, and I'm leaving this open here so that you guys can see the percentage right here. You guys can see the percentage loss for each of these tech stocks for today. Okay. All right. Google, red day. Right. Apple, also a red day. Tesla, big red day. Amazon, red day. Nvidia, red. AMD, red. So, Microsoft, red. So, these large tech stocks that were leaders, once they were so overextended to the upside, and I was speaking specifically about Tesla as well, that this move to the upside on Tesla was not sustainable. That was not an opportunity to go long yesterday. All of that happened. And I was showing in yesterday's video that with Tesla going this strong yesterday, right? The SPY was still red. So all I said, if Tesla was to also fall, then the SPY is definitely. So Tesla, the large tech stocks, all of these other stocks combined, regardless of how weak the dollar was, and regardless of how weak the VIX was, the SPY ended up falling because these large tech stocks also sold off. And it's really that simple. It's not always that complicated. And that's really it. It's just really simple, honestly. With the NASDAQ breaking and breaking support, showing this much weakness, with the IWM red day as well, but still holding above 184, 184.50 area. Basically, with those things showing, with the large tech stocks also showing, it doesn't always matter what the dollar or the VIX are doing. It's not an infallible thing that it works perfectly day to day. It works the majority of the time, but the only times that it doesn't work when these large tech stocks sell off, and that's basically exactly what we ended up seeing. I was telling you that Tesla skyrocketing like that is not sustainable and pull the market down. and it pulled the market down regardless of how weak the dollar was. Because once again, generally when the dollar is that weak, the stock market should be bullish. But because the large tech stocks are showing weakness, SPY also ended up falling. So, yeah, man. Basically, the levels that we need to watch once again are 435, and then 433.60. Below that, of course, 432, then 430. But these are the main levels of support at the moment. And going long here is very risky. Obviously, that's the play to make, right? Because if you're short, if you're a long-term bear, right? And if you're bearish on the market, you want it to bounce up before going short again. You don't want to be short down here. You would rather be long at support and hope that it bounces back to a level of resistance to go short up here. So that's essentially what we're doing here. And yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to look at. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the market today. A lot of it had to do with a lot of the money flowing into Bitcoin. And but yeah, I mean, yeah, really interesting stuff. And that being said, if you guys enjoy the content, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Pretty short video, like I said it would. Yeah, man, go live stream daily, and tune in. I love you guys.